I am selling my shipping container and I want £9,000 for it. So I thought today I'd give you a little look around it, show you how it works. Also, the decking will come with it if someone wants it. So when I wanted to buy one of these, I wanted it specific to me, half of it storage, half of it as an office. And when I was online, they were looking at £12,000 or £13,000 plus the VAT for pretty much a single door entry and one window. So what I did, I thought, I'm not doing that. I bought a brand new one trip shipping container and did the conversion myself. So I know it's to a good standard. So I ordered the doors and the windows separately and had them fitted on site. So I'll show you inside now. This is my makeshift doorstop. So when we had the opening cut into it, I also had structural steel welded in. So when it's moved, it doesn't flex, which makes it very, very sturdy. This door also opens as well and goes back. So in the summer, it's lovely. Be nice in someone's garden, I think. If you've got the provisions to lift it over, be a lovely garden room. So in here then, to do this properly, I made sure I didn't... Oh, watch the door, sorry. To do this properly, I didn't pierce the container once to fit it out. So everything was wedged in as you should do it. So that means the external of the container has never been pierced, which means it hasn't got any sort of potential rust issues. In the walls, it's all been insulated. Then what I did, I put a black roofing membrane round, then used all the timber to just give it a nice finish. Up here, we've got LED lighting, which runs back to a fuse board. But this shipping container is completely and utterly self-sufficient. So you could potentially just put it in the middle of a field and it would run. And I'll show you how that works now. This half of the container. Right, let me turn the light on. So in this part of the container, I wanted it designed and the perfect size to fit my motorbike in here. So I put a divide in, but if you wanted to, you could potentially remove this and extend it if you wanted a bigger space. But behind the door here, you'll see how it works. So we've got all the first fix electrics go back to a consumer unit, but off the underneath the consumer unit, you could wire that into the mains if you wanted to. But how I've done it, it runs along a cable onto a plug top into this. Now this thing was £1,000 on its own. That's not part of the price, but I am happy to negotiate that with someone. So right now it's plugged into here and it gives you a percentage of how much is left, your usage. So with a full charge, this thing would run LED lighting, laptop, the screen as well. I had the screen running probably about 3 or 4 days solid. But if you just had the lighting on, it'd last you a couple of weeks. So it's very, very versatile. Before we go as well, now the power's on, now that is plugged in, it means everything in here is live. So over here, we've got the light switch and all the lighting comes on. How I had it working was I had Starlink as well, internet, Wi-Fi, which went on the roof. And I've got the domino clamp, which was a few £100 as well, which mounts the Starlink. Then it run off here and the little router sat there. So that was all part of the power consumption, which didn't really touch it. So like I say, it's very, very sort of usable in remote locations. And then what I'll do, Bianca, if you turn there and spin round, I'll go and open the sort of cargo door so you can see it fully open. And there we go. Oh, watch that door don't shut in your face. So look, it's got a massive sort of storage with this part as well. So I think it's very usable. Right, let me go in here a minute. So there we go. So like I said at the start of the video, I want £9,000 for this container. And believe it or not, that's cheap for a fully converted, self-sufficient container like this. Look, this part of me thinks that if I don't get the money, I'll keep it. And I would be interested, if someone was, in sort of doing a long-term lease. There's loads of potential business uses for this. Today we've been out and about, and it just seems to be that I notice shipping containers everywhere running little businesses from. So if you've got a potential idea for a business from here, I'm open to offers as well. But if it doesn't sell by this Thursday, I have to remove it from here by then. I'll put it into storage and keep hold of it. But while we're here, I'll also show you the little watershed that I built, which they could potentially come as a pair for someone in my position starting a car business. So this, it looks like a bit of a sauna sort of room or a hot tub room, doesn't it? But I built this completely from scratch myself because in here, there's a water tank. Now, like I say, where I'm based here, don't have water or electric. So I didn't want to leave the tank out in the direct sunlight because it wouldn't be good for it. And I wanted a bit of a storage facility as well. So built all this from scratch, and in here, excuse the rubbish bag on top of the tank, we've got to get rid of that. There's the water tank. And the way I had it working was I had a petrol jet wash, which linked up to this hose here. You start the jet wash up and then you can keep filling this tank up and then you can give the cars a swill off and everything else. So like I said, this will be available. Whoever wants to buy it would have to come and remove it themselves. You could dismantle it, but the easiest thing to do is pick it up and put it on the back of a lorry and get rid of it. So look, if I can help with more information regarding the watershed, we'll call it, or the shipping container, let me know. Thank you.